We're at Journalism That Matters in Detroit. Create or Die, Innovate, Incubate, Initiate. I'm Bill Densmore, and we're talking to Geoff Samek, who is the founder and operator of the Sacramento Press, which is a local online news community in Sacramento.
That's correct.
Tell me a little bit about your background. Is this a profit or a non-profit? How many people are involved?
Sure.
What's your idea for creating a new media ecosystem service?
Sure. It's good that you use that word. That's a word we like to use a lot. As a new media ecosystem or a healthy media ecosystem. My background is actually in computer science. I studied at the University of California, San Diego, and I was in the tech industry for a while. I eventually, returned to Northern California, where I'm from, after realizing that there was a real dearth of great information in the local space in Sacramento. And the co-founder and I, we both shared the same concern. The Sacramento Bee, which is the Metro Daily in Sacramento, a McClatchy paper, the original McClatchy paper, had cut back all their regional bureaus. And so we really felt the need that there was just this complete gap here in coverage that we could fulfill. And so that was really the beginning of the impetus for us to start this operation. And I had a good tech background, so we wanted to do it online.
Programming or what?
Programming, yeah.
Who'd you work for?
I worked for a number of people, the last of which was Live Nation.
So you're not from Sacramento originally?
I am from Sacramento. I was born in New Mexico, but I was raised in Sacramento.
So you don't have a journalism background, does your partner?
Nope. No one in our organization to start with.
So that's unique and really interesting because so you don't necessarily see yourselves as a journalism enterprise?
I think we are in part, but we always said our goal was to be the best source of news and information for Sacramento. And sometimes that information isn't what a lot of people would consider news or journalism. So
describe the services you offer.
Well, I mean, primarily we're a news site. So we have a mix of professional and amateurs. The professional staff consists of about 6 people. The total staff of the Sacramento Press is 12. Those 6 people cover 3 beats primarily: city politics, business development, and a person that wrangles sort of all of our culture stories. And then the rest of the communities just come in every day, stream in from the community.
What's the platform you're using?
We built it ourselves from scratch.
So it's not Drupal, not anything in particular?
Nope. We built it from scratch. For all those out there who are techies, it's all based on Java, running JBoss and MySQL.
Okay. Now, you were talking at a session we were both participating in earlier about the different revenue streams you bring in, and also about your, what I would say is still fairly unique effort to engage the community with community meetings.
Sure.
Talk about that.
Yeah, we provide a lot of events for the community. I would love to have us be on doing one workshop event every week, but we arrange more about 2 a month. I would say the goal for them is just to inform and enlighten the community. We're expecting the community to help write for our site, and so we want to elevate their skill set and elevate their knowledge of their community so they can...
Our prop is loose.
The goal is to help them be better informed, and then they can better inform the community themselves, the people that write. So that helps. We do other outreach efforts too. We actually have a community manager, and her goal is to go out into the community and find people to write, reach out to organizations and have them write about what they're doing and represent themselves. She attends neighborhood meetings and all sorts of events in the community to reach out and let people know that they can get their message out through our site.
So I'd like to hear about your different revenue streams, but for starters, how did you get this going financially? Are you a nonprofit or a for-profit?
We're definitely for-profit. We addressed the issue early on, and we decided that it was more serious and more sustainable if we consider ourselves to be a for-profit business. The original founders of the site had enough money to start this on our own. So it's independent. And
can you talk about how much that was?
It just depends over time. Building the platform took about 1.5 years, and it cost in the range of $250,000 to build. The costs are misleading in terms of how much we put into it because we failed a lot. Our goal was to fail and fail fast, and we did a lot in the first couple of years.
So if you were going to start this over in a similar sized city...
I think it would cost a hell of a lot less money to do
on
a monthly basis.
How much would it
I
cost?
think you can start it for maybe in the range of a few $1,000s a month to start with.
Mm-hmm.
And
with no upfront?
with very little upfront.
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's just, when we started building this product, there weren't a lot of platforms out there that were really great for doing it. By the time we finished, there was WordPress, there's all these great things for doing it. We still really love our platform. But yeah, to get back to the original question, we're for profit. We got our money from just the founders to start with, but we're increasing our revenue stream, and we're about halfway where we need to be, so we're not using any of our own money, and it's all from the different revenue streams, of which there are currently 4.
What are those 4?
Banner advertising, which is a very traditional one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we do social media consulting, which is for small businesses in Sacramento, and we just run their Facebook, Twitter, stuff like that, which is sort of a form of advertising. We also do events, where we create events, and we sell sponsorships for those events, and very traditional things like concerts and other media events in town. Then the last thing that we do, and we started just recently, is an advertising network. It's called SLOAN, which stands for the Sacramento Local Online Ad Network. And we just reached out to all of the independent local publishers that had an audience but no way to monetize that. And we've been very successful at selling ads. So we hooked up with a technology partner called Adify, who runs the ad network and allows us to aggregate the ads for all of these sites and together be one entity that we sell ads for. And we give the publishers a 60% share of the sales that we make, and then we take a cut and we give a cut to our technology partner Adify.
So you've been here in Detroit June 3 through 6 at the Journalism That Matters convening. What have you learned or what have you taught here so far?
Taught is interesting. It's more about experience, just explaining the experiences that we've had. And my favorite thing to do is open people's eyes to the fact that it's possible. And which is why I shy away from how much money we spent, because we did spend a fair amount. But it's a drop in the bucket compared to what media companies spend, and we can do it for a lot less now. But we talked about how much is possible, and that the world is really, really open, and there's more journalism happening than ever. What I always learn is that there's so many smart minds out there that are increasingly more willing to participate, spend their time, and help find a solution. So I'm always learning about that, and this time we got some great ideas in the breakout sessions yesterday about, I led one about creating a healthy comment ecosystem, because a lot of newspapers have really tricky comment sections that are pretty filled with like bile and a lot of argument, and we got a lot of really great ideas on how to improve those comment sections and how to bring more people into the fold communicating. So
what drives you to do this?
Changing the world, I guess. I know it's a little silly. Someone asked me that yesterday, and I think it's good to have delusions of grandeur sometimes. We just both, like co-founder and I, we just didn't like what we saw across the whole media landscape, and we started in a place that we were most passionate about, the community we grew up in, Sacramento, and just this niche that had been abandoned, which is the local or regional news coverage there. And so I think, since then we get new passions all the time. We see all kinds of problems as we explore these conferences and build out our site and the space, and we just see new challenges. So every day there's really something new that excites me about keeping on going.
So motivated in that way, does that also lead to profitability and making money?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. I think we knew that from the beginning. Again, when we chose to be profitable, we wanted to prove to people by making it profitable and doing for-profit and making it profitable, we're proving to people that people care about this. This is a country where when something is monetarily successful, people think that it really is going to work and that it matters. And so we thought that was the best way to prove to people that journalism can make money, that news organizations can make money, and they can do it online. And so for-profit was really the only choice.
Thanks. Geoff Samek, Sacramento Press.